All right, guys, we're out on the Mohawk River today for the third stop of the Adirondack KBF Tournament Trail. I'm looking forward to this one. I like fishing rivers. This should be a lot of fun. I don't have high expectations today. I'm hoping to catch a limit. We'll see what happens. I did try to fish some new waters out on the Hudson River about a week or so ago, and that didn't work out great. It was brutal with a capital B. I caught a lot of fish that were under 12 inches. I shouldn't even say a lot of fish, but all the fish that I caught were less than 12 inches. I feel a little bit better about this area on the Mohawk. I haven't pre-fished it, just fishing history. So ground rules, the boundary waters for today's tournament are the Hudson River north of the Troy Dam and the Mohawk River. I'm not sure how far west we can fish on the Mohawk, but I'm well within the boundary waters for this tournament, so I'm not really too concerned with that. First launch is at 5:30, first cast is at 6 o'clock, lines out are at 2 p.m. and photos need to be uploaded by 3. Don't have high expectations today, but we'll see what happens. I'll catch you out there. Man, that is a beautiful, beautiful smallmouth. Oh man, what a fish. Look at that. So he hit that on the fall. I don't know what it is about smallmouth, but there's just something about them that's just so much fun. They fight so hard. They play in the current. Usually when you find them, they're grouped up. We're going to find out if he's got a couple of buddies. I don't know what's going to happen. And there's a nice fish. Crap. What the heck is that thing? Big rock bass. Big old walleye right there. Big walleye. Multi-species day right there. Big old walleye. Nasty teeth. Line still feels good. We're just running this Kitech along the rocks on the bottom here. It's a Kitech football jig with a full general on the back. Getting kind of mushy bites. What a mess. right, that's number 2. Same thing, we're throwing it right up into the current here behind this this lock, or dam. Got a couple smallies, a walleye, and a rock bass. So there's fish that are feeding. It's a fun bite. Feels like a better one. Oh yeah, that's a good one. Oh, that's a good fish, holy cow. That's a huge smallie. Oh my god, what a tank. Look at the size of that fish. Beautiful. Look at that thing. It's an 18¼ inch smallie, and this thing is a beast. What a beautiful fish. See you, buddy. Thanks for playing. These fish seem like they're sitting right up in the current. What a blast. What a riot. It doesn't get any better than this. The camera on, but I drifted a little further down river here. There's like a little bit of a current break here, and I was pulling a crankbait through there, and I got this guy to bite. He's not big, but it's number 4, so we'll take it. End of show. Fish through this area again and see if maybe we can find another bite. right in this area here, it looks like the shoreline juts out just a little bit, and it's just enough to create a little current break, and that's where we were kind of drifting through, pulling this crankbait along, and that's where we got that other fish to bite, that last fish. I don't know if you can see where I'm sitting, the water is kind of still, and then just off to our right there's a current break. You can see all these big boats that are lined up here. They're all waiting for the lock to open up. There's a lock system here that runs, I think it runs all the way out to the Great Lakes. And then if you go the other direction, you can head up the Hudson River and get back into Champlain. It's kind of neat. Alright, midday update. It's just about 10:30, and it's been a little bit of a struggle today, guys. It's I got 2 decent ones and 2 small ones. It's tough. You know, I haven't been able to get on a good bite. I thought that it was looking like the dam was really gonna, or the lock was really gonna work. You know, I caught 2 bass, I caught a walleye, I caught that black bass, and the bite just died. The river's gotten pretty muddy. There's mud lines on both sides of the shore. We only need 1 more fish for our limit, so I'm still optimistic that we'll be able to catch a limit, which is kind of what our goal was today. So, you know, stick with me and we'll see if we can't put that last fish in the boat. Oh man, that thing bit and it let go and then it came back for it. That's a beautiful fish. Holy cow. Look at that fish. That's our limit. Horrible net job. All right, well now we get to search for some upgrades. That was an awesome fish. I don't know what we're sitting at. I think I've got a 12 and a 13. I'm happy. We've gotten some quality fish today. That 18 and a quarter was huge, and we've got a 15 and a 16, so we're in good shape. I'm pretty happy with today, especially catching a limit, not pre-fishing out here. I mean, I'm just happy that we did better than we did out on the Hudson River last week. All right, guys, well, we're gonna make a little bit of a move. I'm making a decision. Originally, I was planning on coming back and trying to fish kind of a bluff wall on this side of the river, but the banks are too muddy, and I don't really like that. I think that if we're gonna get upgrades, we've got to go back to the dam, and that's a little bit of a hike. It's probably gonna take us about 30 minutes to get there, but that'll give us a couple hours to fish around and try to find an upgrade. I just don't see that happening where we are right now. The banks are too muddy. Not to say that we can't catch fish in the mud, but I don't have confidence in that. The dam The water up there was a little bit clearer, and I prefer that. So I think we're gonna head back up there and see if we can make something. Oh, you see this? There's a pincher right down in his gullet. From a crayfish, it looks like it's brown or orange. Thanks, buddy. Spit the jig. Oh my god, this is nuts. All right, guys, well, that'll do it. It's 2 o'clock. You know, I had a lot of fun out here. I didn't have high expectations going in for today. I really thought if I could catch a limit that today would be a success, and I did that, so, you know, I'm happy. Historically, this club has averaged somewhere around 85 inches or something like that in order to win this tournament. I finished with, I think, 78.5 today, or 79 inches, so not far off from finishing where we needed to be. I needed one more kicker fish. I had a 13. That was the smallest fish, and I couldn't get rid of it. I needed to get rid of that fish. I think I had an 18, a 16, a 15.75, a 15.5, and a 13. So overall, good day. I can't complain. You know, I'm happy with the decision that I made to go back to that dam at the end of the day. For some reason, I don't know what happened, but there's a bluff bank that I planned on fishing towards the end of the day that it was all, the banks along the river on both sides were all muddy. That's it for the third stop of the Adirondack KBF on the Mohawk and Hudson River. I'll post the leaderboard at the end of this and I'll let you guys know where we finished, but thanks for coming with me. Had a lot of fun today, and I'll catch you on the next one.